right. The Layla pick here for Kings of the Future as we head on to our match point. This is going to be RRQ Hoshi and Deusvult for this explosive B03 as Deusvult are kickstarting it up. Brusco going to be backing away.
Wow, what a good kickoff. It is Layla though. I gotta ask you, BK, you got $1 million on the line and you're competing? You're picking up a Layla?
She is the poster girl of Mobile Legends after all. Not to sure if this could be a redraft that we can afford in the early game. As you can see the aggression here from the side of Deusvult. IRAD doing his very best moves in the ultimate to pick off Magistar. That's going to be it. RRQ Hoshi picks up their first kill of this game.
You know what they say about Layla? She's a glass cannon. It is going to require a lot of protection to kind of keep her safe on the bot side. So RRQ Hoshi definitely going to have to put some heavy presence in the bottom lane, especially up against Hiko on that Claude. You've got to be a lot more mobile and deal that damage. I mean, you're already seeing Brusco rotating to the bottom side. I mean, he realizes that is definitely the focus. This is the first Layla game that we have. They gave it It's going to be 100% win rate or 100% loss rate. Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, in rank games, she's pretty popular, right? Like when it reaches the late game, you want burst, you got it in the form of a Layla, and once it positions itself really well, you can definitely dish out the damage. They don't really have a lot of frontline here. They do have IRAD to be able to pick up on that early game, but SKYLAR right now, as long as he doesn't get solo picked off here on his lane, he should be fine, right? Like, just give him the time to farm up, pretty much like the Claude. He should be able to deal out the damage. It does not have that mobility, which is the reason why it doesn't really get picked up in professional play.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a Layla in AC when it comes to like our qualifiers for international tournaments. So, hey,
We've
if
seen it in
you're in
Malaysia.
America and you're watching it, hey, maybe is this something that you try at home, or do you
This is
just
the key.
put right back on the shelf? Is this the key? SKYLAR is running it, and we know he's usually more dominant inside of his lane. So I feel like if anybody can pull it off, it's gonna be him.
Yeah, I mean, the Layla pick, right? But we were thinking of all the possibilities here, and RRQ was just like, Coach Brent was just like, okay, you know what, throughout all those possibilities, we're picking up a Layla. And speaking of the Layla, it is pretty much the goal. It's not that far apart from the Claude, so as long as it can maintain the lane, it should be fine. RRQ Hoshi going for the aggression right now. Brusco goes in for the Wave the Dragon. Does not get anything. Nice spot in there though by Banana. Sao goes down as the rest of Deusvult forced to back away from that one.
Yeah, forced to back away. 2-2 on the scoreboard so far. Both sides having kills, but Brusco was one of the members that fell, and so was SKYLAR on the Layla early in the game. That was a Magister taking both of those kills. 2-1-0 right now. Having good rotation on this artist. Slotted in that jungle. Sunset Lover taken very low over there by Octa, using the hero that we primarily see Sunset Lover on, Navaria, against him.
Oh man, I was not all the options, right? I was not expecting to see this come out here on the match point at that. Like maybe in the first game, right? But match point. Oh man, I mean, I'm just at the loss for words right now. The Layla pick. Let's see, right? Like as long as this can scale up, this should be fine. RRQ Hoshi is doing a good job, like picking up all of those objectives just so that the Layla can scale up. Right now, a Banana starting up his turtle. Brusco as well, going for the Wave of the Dragon. It's going to be Magistar to target. Nice stun there from the side of Octa. Netherrealm going to be worked on here. By the side of Deusvult, going to be able to sustain. There's the Hard Guard as well onto Magistar. And RRQ Hoshi going to be backing it away. Turtle going to be reset right now as Brusco does not have that Wave of the Dragon just yet.
Yeah, now you are seeing the aggro of this turtle. Going to try and go ahead and claim it. IRAD not really over there, but he does have the mobility with this Joy to close the distance. Turtle does get reset though, giving him a little bit of time to get that purple buff, but not much of a window. IRAD able to get there. The blink of an eye. Magister takes out Brusco. Irrad is able to claim the turtle for RRQ Hoshi, but Magister gets the double kill to respond. 4-2 kill lead for Deusvult.
Oh man, 4 kills here for Deusvult, 600 lead for them, and IRAD doing his very best to make this team shine on the early game. Again, we still left SKYLAR unchecked there. Let's take a look at these items later on, but for now, definitely the gold lane needs that farming, and once it reaches that late game, you should be able to dish out that damage that even the members here of Deusvult will have a hard time dealing with.
Yeah, and already seeing this was off to a good start, leading the way in terms of kills and also gold, but lost that first neutral objective on that turtle play. Good steal from IRAD last minute. We seen him earlier yesterday with the crazy Lancelot Lord steal, and it just shows you that he's really quick on finding a way into the neutral objective and getting those steals. Now with Deusvult in the advantage, they need to find a way to shut down SKYLAR even more, delay the glass cannon from charging up. Because if it does get to late game, that's when the Layla is going to come alive. It'll be very hard to kind of burst him down. They don't really have many heroes outside of Deusvult. It's kind of get bumped against that hero. Be a little risky, especially with Brusco. Have to show that he is the dragon.
Oh man, Brusco right now taking up the damage here, coming out from blazing the wet from the backside. He's gonna get tugged in there. Sunset Lover gonna pick up the kill as Deusvult right now standing at 6-2 up against RRQ Hoshi.
And now you are looking at some damage to mid lane. Sunset Lover will find IRAD. That is going to be another kill into the hands of Deusvult. Response back from RRQ on the bot side. SKYLAR trying to connect, trying to hit Eco and take him down, unable to hit the mark. Now Banana may not be able to expand that distance, forced to use the flicker, but Kid Bomba right behind him. Really wants the kill, but not able to close the distance.
Yeah, man, Deusvult right now, they're doing their very best, making sure that all these lanes are covered before, it heads to the first lord, and so far they're covering all of the map straight. SKYLAR here moving towards the top side, make sure that lane is covered too, but right now, Deusvult, they're pressuring, after pressure, nice tuck in there, Kid Bomba, gonna be able to get in all the damage. Sunset Lover to save the day with the realm, but it's inevitable. They're under the towers here of RRQ Hoshi, and they're gonna take in a lot of the damage as they successfully defend this mid turret.
Yeah, able to defend that mid turret. RRQ Hoshi trying to hold in there. They don't want to lose this match and be sent down to stage 1 of the playoffs. They need this victory over Deusvult. It's a little bit of a miscalculated play up against Deusvult in game number 2, costed them the late Lord play. But now, RC team ready to flash it out. Battle in the mid lane. Octo pulled back and hit decimation from Magister. Banana trying to join the party, not able to get there in time. Still behind in terms of kills and gold. RRQ Hoshi up to a little bit of a rough start. Lost their turret on the bottom side. Still holding on to the remainders though, which will give Deusvult a little bit of that map control they're looking for. Looking at Hiko doing a really good job of rotating around the map. Definitely can tell he's comfortable since he was able to take that turret on the bot side. He has now shifted his focus onto the top lane, but now looking at Hiko, hardcore activated to keep him alive as Banana tried to get the set. Brusco about 4 cities from SKYLAR in mid lane, trying to do damage with the Layla pick. Fighting and hit from afar, but Deusvult trying to find a way to open up this mid lane turret. Not going to be able to do it until the Lord respawn in the next 24 seconds.
This match is just about to get started, 9 minutes in. Oh man, I'm just gonna be switching to stream B because I just have to catch my breath just now, okay? I'm gonna be switching it out with a private dancer, so you guys can expect to see more of me later on in stream B, but I really do want to see what happens here in this match between RRQ Hoshi and Deusvult. Steph, you take the wheel for now.
Yeah, I will definitely take the wheel, but hey, I'm joined by another familiar face, actually on my side of home territory. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Private Dancer, who you guys seen yesterday on Stream B, has joined the party. How you doing? Yeah, Lord Miracle is dropped down. Able to claim that. And now trying to see some more ground on this game. I know Private is now just joining the table, so we'll do a little bit of a brief recap of what we've seen so far. She takes game 1. Game 2, almost able to close it out, but not able to take control of the late game. And an epic turnaround from Deusvult, taking us to a game 3. So now we are seeing Deusvult leading the way. An unorthodox pick is SKYLAR. RRQ did pick up the Layla. It's the first Layla I think that me and you have seen in the game of futures. Private. Definitely haven't seen it in North America in our MSC qualifiers.
Yeah, Layla, one of those picks that rarely comes up here, but man, what a story to tell, what a time to come in here for to see all this excitement here, 1-1 between RRQ Hoshi and Deusvult right now. Lord crashing in at the bottom.
Crashing in at the bottom, IRAD is going to be able to take down Sun, Set, Lover, but down goes Turret on the top side. Favor for Deusvult, so we're going to see the RRQ connect Bamba trying to get away, able to dodge Astro Meteor just in time. Man, looks like an inch away from taking it down, but IRAD on the chance to electrify feet will be able to pick up that kill. Down goes another realm, trying to keep the team alive. Sunset Lover, go ahead, hits the Saddle Stampede. Manchester will find Brusco. That is going to be a 1-for-1 trade for both sides. And yeah, now looking at things, like we said, Deusvult needs to kind of play safe, right? Focus on the objectives. This is the first time we've actually seen them take control of the early game up against RRQ Hoshi. Normally they kind of troll behind and then pick it up in the late game when RRQ Hoshi makes a mistake. But so far, they are leading the way in this game. Well, the early game up against RRQ Hoshi, normally they kind of troll behind and then pick it up in the late game when RRQ Hoshi makes a mistake. So far, they are leading the way in this game. They need to take this turret in the mid lane. If they can take that, then they'll be able to evade the jump of RRQ Hoshi and put them at a little bit more of a defensive stance in their jump. Yeah, as we are looking at some of the items popping up on the board. Pitches to SKYLAR, that's what we're really looking at. Berserker's Fury does get picked up. Battle all the way though in the mid lane. Another being activated. 3-man set with the Astro Echo from afar. From Octa connects to Deusvult and now take the fight into the jungle. IRAD electrify beats, takes out Sunset. Magister rushes in, finds Brusco. IRAD will take that Magister for the double kill. Hiko with the hard guard, going in, he wants some bodies. Banana, very low, Hiko gets one. SKYLAR in the push, he spotted him out. Hiko gets the double, but SKYLAR will take him down at the same time. 3-for-2 trade, Deusvult still taking the lead, but Kid Bamba, very low, trying to take that IRAD. Forced to use that Vengeance Sao, keeping him alive from the side with this Angela pick. 12-8, Lord spawned in. Deusvult may have a chance to pull the aggro, but they gotta wait for Magister to spawn back in. They do not have the retribution to be able to take this objective yet. This may be a stalemate for both sides, and honestly, this is the closest game that we have had so far in this entire series between these two amazing teams, but it's going to go down to the wire on who wants it a little bit more. Sawo taking about 50% HP, and now the Lord Pit has been gained by the side of RRQ Hoshi.
It does seem like we're at a point where both teams are kind of suffering that late game. I want to say that late game fall off. Where you have IRAD on the Joy starting to fall off. You've got Magister on the Mortis that is starting to fall off. Both teams trying to cope with that with tons of damage, but for me right now, SKYLAR is probably, even though it's not a pick we see very often, this is about the point when those Laylas begin to come up with that heavy damage.
Yeah, speaking of shredding ability, down goes the turret on the bot side. When the nature picked up by Hiko will definitely help him out against SKYLAR. We mentioned the Layla, right? It's a glass cannon, very fragile when touched, but when fighting from afar can deal some massive damage. And it looks like RRQ Hoshi, even though they're down in turrets, they're trying to hold on to the late game. Trust in SKYLAR. That is going to be the hashtag for today. That is definitely their game plan. But Deusvult, it's a ticking time bomb. They need to close this out before SKYLAR gets the full build.
Yeah, we can see right now a little bit of a dance, and the Lord still trying to vie for position. Magister working his head off, and right now in a great position. Banana still giving his team vision, and making sure that they can counter this when it comes to Lord at health now, Steph.
Yeah, but it's going to be reset, so we'll get a little bit more of that HP. Banana in a good position to kind of pull that aggro, but Kid Baba doing great on this CC. He didn't run the Ruby this time around. I think he's definitely performing a lot better on it. I mean, he's only 1, 2, and 3, but he's having such a strong frontline presence. But look at RRQ Hoshi's positioning. I mean, Octa is very far out there, not going to be able to engage if this fight does break out inside of the Lord Pit. Right now, RRQ Hoshi having the control, may be able to take this objective.
Yeah, and it's this next one being so important now, right, as both of these teams have a little bit of an advantage. Okay, Baba, a little bit of trouble here, gets bursted down.
Yeah, bursted down, and now taking the fight into the mid lane. He's going to go ahead and VMI out of there from Ego. Magister is going to find Brusco, though. Octa takes out Kid Baba, 1-for-1 trade. But both teams still able to take this fight. Lord still intact. And nobody has been able to claim it so far, waiting for an opportunity, but it just hasn't been open for either side. But this may be it. Look at SKYLAR. He's getting closer to late build. I mean, just look at how fast he's chunking down this luminous Lord. This may be a problem for Deusvult, as now RRQ Hoshi has found their first lead in this game to be able to open up this map.
Yeah, and right now they got minions at mid. You can tell, especially with how that Lord went off, how important this game is for both of them. Both teams trying to make sure they don't make a mistake. We're at the 17-minute mark. Most of the builds already at about full build. We're going to start seeing the show up of some immortalities come up on the screen, maybe even some of those winter truncheons as we start getting later and later. Magister in a little bit of trouble as IRAD goes in with the electrifying beats, but decides to turn away.
Yeah, now at the 50K mark for gold, and everybody at the late game build. This is what SKYLAR's been waiting for. Was Coach Brent up to a master plan, and Layla we trust is the model for RRQ Hoshi is SKYLAR getting ready to risk it all and show some brand new meta for the Game of Futures 2024. We'll find IRAD though. Resident may be able to get another immortality being procced on Brusco. May not be able to get out of there as Kid Baba will shut him down. 2 members down for RRQ Hoshi, and the push from Deusvult into the mid lane. Banana, about 50% HP. SKYLAR, in nature, maybe able to do the damage, but Kid Baba finds him. The second kill for Kid Baba so far in the past 30 seconds, and now a 16-9 kill lead inside of this.
And through all of this smoke at the 18-minute mark, mid-towers still standing. That's unheard of. That just tells you what kind of game that both of these teams are playing and what they have in mind. Oh, going in, Kibama takes a heap of damage from that tower, but decides to back off and then clear out the mid-minions again.
Private, this is getting to the late game. We know what happens when it gets this late. It's a battle of ping pong. It's just going to boil down to who can execute a little bit better on either the split pushing or the team fights for the neutral objective. So far, we've seen Deusvult do a really good job controlling this game, but a similar story to the issue that RRQ Hoshi fell into the last game. They were not able to close it out. The massive advantage they had in the early phase, and now hitting that 20-minute mark, over 50K in gold, who will be able to turn the tide in their favor and claim this series.
Yeah, and you said it best. We're so late in the game that it comes down to execution, patience. Who's going to make the first mistake? Who's going to get that first advantage? Maybe catch somebody out, checking a bush they shouldn't have, out of position, maybe too far away from their team to be able to back them up, or even maybe diving a tower. Now that we still have all of our mid towers up here, you can see Sunset Lover and Brusco just saying hello to each other in this first couple of love taps. Oh, Brusco actually wastes a little bit of a flicker there. Talk about that Magister at the top.
Yeah, the Lord does spawn in RRQ Hoshi in a possible place to be able to control it and maybe able to take it. But pay attention to IRAD, right? Normally we see Banana being the one that split push when you run the Vendetta, but now that he's forced on the Ruby, he kind of lacks a little bit of that mobility to be able to provide that split push, and that's where IRAD is going to come into favor, especially on this Destroy, being able to have that high mobility. But now with the Lord Attack Magister, he's waiting. He knows that RRQ wants his objective, but they're just going to kind of do the dance around the Lord pit and wait for somebody to make the mistake. This is what we talked about. A battle of the late game down to the wire. 20 minutes in. Will we see David to be able to take it? Big unfitted set. Actually, save Marva is going to be able to sustain himself with the damage. A good save from Sawo. It looks like they will be able to disengage, but that was a very close call.
And here's the thing too, is on one side, you have Hiko, who has to be present, has to be in front of everybody, because he still needs to get his stacks on that Claude from the Lord. So you know that on the other side, Brusco is definitely looking for him, trying to connect so that he can get that wave of the dragon onto Claude and take him out. Unfortunately, when he puts himself out there, Deusvult ready. Oh my god, look at the damage he just took.
It was like a headshot right there, 50% HP. Over there onto Hiko from Octa on this Navaria. Look at Deusvult trying to deal some massive damage to the Lord. Kibamba very low. At Sawo though, ready to use that hard guard at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and they're doing their best. His best to try to zone out the rest of the team. Look at all the damage he's taken. You can see that the hard scar is ready to try to protect. And this actually might be going to Deusvult. Oh, but look at him at the top.
Oh, yeah, and now IRAD has been known to close the distance. He's got so many Lord steals. Got one with the Lancelot. He's gotten one with the Joy before, but not this time around. Sawo will shut him down. They don't have the retribution now for RRQ Hoshi. Deusvult has found their opportunity to possibly seize this game. And the clash is now on the way. RRQ Hoshi wants revenge. SKYLAR finds Hiko. Sunset Lover will take down first. So SKYLAR gets a double. Down to Sunset Lover. The glass cannon is revved up and ready to go.
Oh, but I mean, you have Sunset Lover, they're going to have to come back to the base, they're going to have to clear that out, but even with the advantage, Deusvult find a kill, but then answering back, RRQ Hoshi able to find some kills of their own to make sure that they're not able to put pressure on this. Oh my god!
SKYLAR! What a play! Able to take down Hiko! What is going on? Sunset Lover did fall. You see everybody having a hard time now against SKYLAR. Maybe we get another one. Octa is going to be able to steal the kill though. Last second, I feel like SKYLAR would have connected there. But nonetheless, they've taken the advantage and will be able to seize this Lord.
Yeah, unless we get them rushing in here, but this does look like, especially with SKYLAR's damage, this Lord is going to be going over to RRQ Hoshi. We're taking a look at the items. We're starting to see the show. Some of those winter truncheons are out now. Some of those immortalities are out yet. And it's going to come down to this base defense, but this is a 20-minute board.
Now, was Coach Britt up to some devious activity with this Layla being slotted in? Does he know something we don't? Because it looks like this may end up winning the game for RRQ Hoshi with the full late game build and a Luminous Lord making his way through the top side.
I guess we'll have to find out. We see those, at this point, you can see towers being shredded. And a big I'm offended lands on the Magic Star.
Yeah, big I'm offended is going to land. Lord make his way into the base for Deusvult. One final stand. This is their chance to turn it around. Possibly make it up to the stage 2 playoffs of the Game of Futures 2024. RRQ Hoshi finding a hard time making it into their base, and Deusvult will be able to clear out this Lord.
But they still have the lanes to contend. They still have the bottom, or the mid and the bottom. You can see all of the minions started to crash in here. They still have their high grounds, so still some defense up there. But I mean, man, at this point in the game, all it takes is a good team fight to reduce some of those towers down to paper.
I'm telling you right now, SKYLAR is looking for that savage play. You see how patient he's waiting in the back line, waiting to seize the opportunity to deal that long-range damage. Now, the Lord is not in anymore. They were able to burst down from Deusvult, so they have another chance to turn this around. Some solid defense on that push from RRQ Hoshi. Again, at another stalemate, 24 minutes in. I mean, even looking at the items, everybody is in double digits now in terms of gold. When the nature was picked up from SKYLAR, and then also when the nature from Hiko. Definitely going to have to bait one of them out in order to deal that final hit against each other if it boils down to it. But 13-9. And it honestly doesn't even matter. We're not even, the kills don't matter, the gold doesn't matter anymore. This official late game. This is going to be a 5v5 clash for a battle on this Lord. You are seeing RRQ Hoshi very comfortable now. They're in the back of this entire game, but have found their footing.
Yeah, and right now the thing is you're at the point you need an answer for SKYLAR. You cannot leave him in the back. You cannot leave him doing damage to your team. And that's a problem for Deusvult right now, because in the front lane, you have IRAD, who's going to be able to go in there, do a lot of burst damage, and they're all going to try to focus that down. And while that's happening, you still have SKYLAR in the back. So that is the big question here, is can Deusvult find a way to get to that back, to be able to take SKYLAR out for some of the next moves?
We're already seeing them trying to take control of these lanes. Deusvult's going to go ahead and clear the top side, ready to take this fight into the Lord Pit. But can they sustain themselves? We already know SKYLAR is going to be hitting very hard now. They need to find a way to get to him in the back line. They don't have the easiest composition to do it. Maybe Kid Bomba can rush back there, or Hiko with the BMI, with the Blazing Duet. Could be the trick, but they have to watch out for that Wind of Nature, because as soon as he procs that, he may be able to burst them down. Lord at about 50% HP, and it looks like RRQ Hoshi may be able to take this. Where is Magister? Not able to get there in time, and Lord will go to RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, because they have waves pushing. The rest of the team was done dealing with those, while Magister was basically alone, being zoned out by the rest of RRQ Hoshi while they took the Lord. So it was basically him alone trying to get in there, and I mean, you're not really going to earn much by trying to dive in there and dying, being one down with this Lord coming down as well. Just 2 high grounds left, Steph.
That's right, 2 high grounds left and 1 Layla ready to take it to the base of Deusvult. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Make it or break it for both sides. Will SKYLAR be able to close it out with the Layla, or Deusvult be able to turn this around, take down the Luminous Lord, and clear the team of RRQ Hoshi, knocking at the door for their base? In a minute's notice, we will know which way this will go. Down goes the inhibitor for the mid lane. Lord at about 25% HP. To be able to clear it. Lord not working in RRQ Hoshi's favor. And now may have to still try and contest with these minions. Do they go in for it though? Or do they push back and wait for the next Lord to spawn in? Private, I think we might be seeing a 30-minute game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, it's not as exciting, but it is the smart play. Lord goes in, you take down the high ground towers, that's all you gotta do, because you know you're winning these team fights when it comes to the next Lord. So all you need to do is be patient, wait for the next Lord, and then you have the pushing power against Deusvult without any defense.
Yeah, and right now, Bomba, there it goes, SKYLAR doing massive damage. Magister, very low, is going to go ahead and get a little bit of that regen from Angela. We're definitely going to be testing out Sawo, making sure he can deal with the team, but if it's everybody at that build. We're not in late game private, we're in late game. As we are looking at both teams fighting out now, connecting to the full team of Deusvult, a possible chance for them to deal some damage. It's like a game of cat and mouse right now between both of them, because Deusvult, they want to find a way to get the SKYLAR, but they don't have anybody that can really close the distance before getting bursted down. Yes, you have Kid Bomba, but as soon as he rushes in there, SKYLAR is going to pretty much take him out, or he's going to get hit by Brusco. But on the same side of the table, for the side of RRQ Hoshi, they need to find a way to close out this game, and they're engaging and disengaging, where they have a slight disadvantage. They need to find Brusco going in with the way of the dragon to get a possible setup if they want to be able to end this game, or Banana finding a crucial set with the unlimited.
Yeah, and this is that's kind of the big play of this game right now. I mean, you saw a little bit of a fight here at the purple buff. Luckily, Magister is still able to get the retry off, getting the purple buff here. But yeah, as you're taking a look at these items, I mean, Layla actually does not have the defensive item, so you actually might be able to burst her down.
Yeah, no boots, running out there with just plain old socks in the land of Dawn. Kid Bomba rocking that vengeance, very low hit with the sniping. SKYLAR will shut him down. Kid Bomba will fall and may open up the opportunity for the next Lord to be taken again by RRQ Hoshi. Do they go in, or do they just risk it all, go back to the base and try and take down yet another Luminous Lord?
They have to know they have to make something happen here. They're not going to be able to withstand another Lord push, but they already have minions forcing their way into the core right now. And this is going to be another Lord for RRQ.
Ooh, this is the set they were looking for. Possible kill. Irrad will get the Lord, but massive damage on a Deusvult. Blazing duet. SKYLAR takes out Master. Hiko finds Brusco. SKYLAR still alive. 1 HP. Immortality being brought to Hiko. He needs to get out of there. The BMI not able to make up the distance. Irrad will shut him down. Banana falls. Sunset Lover takes down Irrad. Switching play still alive, but Sunset Lover gets the double. SKYLAR though, Octa 2v2, out the fire, takes down Sunset Lover, finds another, Zawa will fall, and ladies and gentlemen, Hoshi will take the winner's match and move on forward to game